Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me again here today. This is week 7. Congratulations on making it this far. So today we're going to focus on stretching and strengthening the side body. A lot of times we forget about the side. We do a lot of stretches for the back or the front, but this is all about the side. So if you have a block, go ahead and grab it. It's going to come in really handy. If you don't have a block, you can use a couple of stacked books that might work, or even a can, like a big can would work. But really this is a great investment. So if you don't have a block, please consider getting one, and then just grab your block and meet me on your mat. As you come into your Sukhasana, your easy pose, sit tall. The sitting bones are grounded. The crown of your head is reaching up towards the sky. Your hands can be resting comfortably on your thighs, and close your eyes for a moment. So let your shoulders soften away from the ears. Let the back of the neck be long. And just notice what's going on inside the body, all the way from your toes, ankles, knees, hips, to your belly, low back, your shoulders, chest, your neck, your throat. And then notice all the muscles in your face. And from that place of awareness, maybe you can soften, begin to slowly soften any tension. Notice if the shoulders are creeping up to the ears, can you let the shoulders just soften? Notice if the hips are squeezed or contracted, and you let the hips get smooth, soft. Notice if the jaws are tight. Can you open and close your jaws and unhinge the jaws? And then bring your awareness to your breath, noticing your natural inhalation and natural exhalations. And then from that place of awareness, can you begin to elongate the exhalations? So make your inhales for 4 counts, and exhale maybe for 6 or 8 counts. Just making your exhales a little bit longer than your inhalations. And then slowly begin to open your eyes. Grab your block and put your block on the left side of your body. Your left hand can rest on your block. With your inhalation, begin to reach the right arm all the way up, and exhale, fold over to that left side. Now notice that right hip wants to come off the ground. Can you ground the right hip down so you're lifting up through the waist? Make it really a side bend. Notice that right shoulder wants to creep up to the ear. Can you soften the right shoulder away from your ear and stretch it up? And then stretch out like there's a beach ball underneath your left side. So your hand can rest on your block, or you can even begin to bring your elbow on the block. Take a nice deep inhalation. Feel that stretch on that right side. Exhale. And inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Take your block to the right, putting your right hand on top of your block. Inhale, begin to reach the left fingertips straight up to the sky. And then as you exhale, fold over to the right. And again, notice that left hip wants to come off the ground. Can you ground that left hip down? Let the left hip stay on the ground. And then notice if the shoulder wants to come up to the ear. Can you soften the shoulder down your back as you reach the left fingertips overhead? And soften both shoulders, even the bottom shoulder. Sometimes that bottom shoulder wants to rotate in. Can you rotate that out? If you're able to, you can bring your elbow and rest it on your block. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. And again, imagine you're folding over a beach ball on that right side. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. Exhale, take your right hand to the outside of your left knee, so we're coming into a twist. Inhaling, the crown of your head reaches up to the sky, sit tall, and as you exhale, twist. Inhaling, coming back to the center, take it all the way to the other side, left hand to the outside of the right knee, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky, and exhale, twist. Inhaling, coming back to the center, uncross your legs and switch sides, so whichever shin is in front, take that put it in the back. Your block comes to the left once again, your left hand rests on top of the block. Inhale, reach all the way up, and exhale, fold. And maybe this time you notice that you have a little bit more flexibility, you can reach a little bit farther. Make sure that that right hip stays down on the ground, the right shoulder moves away from the ears. Inhale and exhale. With your next inhalation, coming all the way up, switch sides, block goes to the right. Inhaling, reaching the fingertips up, and exhale, fold over to the right. And again, that left hip wants to come up. Can you ground the left hip down as you reach the fingertips over your head? Inhale. Exhale. Back up to the center, taking your right hand to the outside of the left knee, lifting the sternum up to twist. Exhale. Inhaling, coming back to the center and all the way to the other side. Sit tall so that your spine is long. Inhale. Reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, twist. This is not your deepest twist, just waking up the spine a little bit at a time. Inhale. And exhale, coming all the way back to the center. Bring your hands down onto the floor, and you're going to come up on all fours, cat-cow. Inhale. This time we're going to do the cat-cow a little bit differently. So stack your joints so that the wrist is directly underneath the elbows, directly underneath the hips, and same thing with the knees. Knees are directly underneath the hips. And instead of doing the regular cat-cows where we lift the chest up and down, what I'd like you to do is bring the left shoulder towards your left hip as the left hip moves towards the left shoulder. And then switch side, bringing the right hip towards the right shoulder as the right shoulder moves towards the right hip. And then just go side to side, just like this, like you're wagging your tail side to side. Inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, inhale and exhale. And then coming all the way back to the center, bring your knees and ankles towards each other and come back all the way in your child's pose. Bring your forehead down towards the floor. Walk your fingertips away from your hips, and then walk your fingertips all the way to the left. And as you do, keep the right hip down. Keep the right hip down onto your heel. Bring your forehead down on the floor if that's possible. Reach and stretch open that right side. And pause here for a moment. So you're on your fingertips as if you have spider legs with your hands. Your right hip is pressing down on your right heel, and you're stretching that entire right side. With each inhalation, feel as if you can actually breathe into the right lung. So even if you can't really isolate lungs, I want you to feel as if you can actually just breathe into that right lung. Inhale. And exhale, coming back to the center. Pause in the center for 1 second, for 1 moment, 1 breath. And then walk your fingertips all the way over to the left. And as you do, stay up on your fingertips and really press that opposite hip down. So if I'm going to the right, my left hip is going to press down on that heel. And you feel a nice stretch on that entire left side. Inhale. And exhale. Keep breathing into wherever you're feeling the stretch. Inhaling. And exhaling. And your next inhalation is going to bring you all the way back to the center. Let's neutralize the spine. Back into all fours, tabletop pose. With your inhalation, lift the chest up, the tailbone goes up. As you exhale, pull the belly in, round the back, round the upper back, round the lower back, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And 2 more times on your own breath. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the back. And 1 more time, please. Inhaling the chest up. The shoulders move away from the ears. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and exhale, round the back, pull the belly in. Inhaling, coming back into neutral spine. Walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, come in. Bringing your hands to your hips and come all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. As you come into Tadasana, bring your big toes together. Your heels are 1 inch away from each other. With your inhalation, begin to raise the right arm all the way up and exhale, fold over to the left. Inhaling, left arm reaches up to the right and exhale, fold over to the right. And a couple more times, inhaling, just going side to the center, exhaling to the left, inhaling to the center, exhaling to the right, inhaling to the center, exhaling to the left. Now pause here for a moment. Can you create that same side stretch that you did as you were seated? So notice if that right shoulder wants to come up to the ear. Soften the shoulder away. Really make it a true side bend. Press down firmly to the bottom of both feet, especially that right foot. The right foot wants to get lighter and lighter. Can you press down through the bottom of that right foot? And then notice if your hips are tweaked. So for some of us, sometimes we stretch out this way where the shoulder is coming forward, the left hip is moving back. Can you bring your left hip forward, keep both legs nice and straight, take the right shoulder back behind you and make it a true side bend. Inhale, you can stay here or bring your left arm, grab your right wrist with your left hand and stretch that entire side. This is called Crescent Pose or Half Moon Pose, standing Half Moon Pose. Inhale, exhale, inhaling, coming all the way back to the center. Bring your right hand down, left arm reaches up, and exhale, fold over to the right. As you inhale, really do the same things that you did on that side. So notice if you're folding over, can you move that left shoulder back? And then some of us do too much of it. So bring it perfectly in the center where it's a true side bend. Press down firmly to the both feet, but especially your left foot. Notice if that right hip wants to come forward. Can you press the right hip back so that you are completely, as if you're in a kind of a, right in the middle of 2 panes of glass like this. So inhaling, reach the left fingertips all the way up, shoulders away from your ears. With your right hand, you can grab your left wrist and stretch it up. Inhale. And exhale, you can stretch over to that side. Inhaling, coming all the way back to center. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. And one side is always tighter for everyone, so notice which side that is true for you. We're going to do that side 1 more time. So personally for me, it's going to be on my left side. I inhale, reach up, and I exhale, fold over to that side. And then again, you can stretch it up. Inhale, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Engage the core so you're not creating too much arch on your back. You pull the belly in. Legs are nice and straight, lifting the sternum up and stretching out to the side. Inhale and exhale, coming all the way back to the center. Bring your hands to the heart center. Beautiful. So we're moving on to the next pose. And for the next pose, I want you to take your left leg back behind you. As you take your left leg back behind you, please bend the right knee. And look down, just like we did in your Warrior Two poses. Step that left foot back a little bit so you're giving yourself enough room to move, enough width between both feet. Your right heel is going to be aligned with the left middle arch. So heel to arch alignment. Take a look down, make sure the right heel is aligned with the left arch. Bring your hands to your hips, please. And then just move your hips a little side to side. Notice if there's any kind of imbalance between the hips. Can you bring your hips to completely neutral? Both hip bones are pointing the side wall. Inhale, begin to reach the right fingertips all the way up. Bend the right knee. And as you bend the right knee, notice that the right knee is aligned with the right middle toe. And then reach back behind you into Exalted Warrior. Keep that right knee bent if you can. Inhale. Exhale, begin to bring your right elbow to the top of your right thigh. And as you keep your left hand on your belly, twist, rotate your lower rib cage towards the sky. Then you can reach the left arm all the way up if you like to. I'm going to turn so you can see me to the side. So right knee is bent, left leg is straight and energized. Your right elbow comes to the right thigh. And your inhalation, you're going to lift the left fingertips straight up to the sky. Notice what's happening with that left shoulder. The left shoulder wants to rotate in. Can you rotate that left shoulder back as you're spiraling the lower rib cage, the right rib cage, up towards the sky? Left fingertips are energized, reaching up towards the sky. Your gaze can be down towards your right toes, or to the front, or to the top, to your top fingertips, whatever is best for your neck. So make sure you take care of your neck. Inhale and exhale. And with your inhalation, can you keep that right knee bent and slowly begin to come all the way back up into Warrior Two. Inhale, straighten the right knee, and we're going to turn our body to Warrior Two to the other side. So bending the left knee, straighten that right leg back behind you. Your left heel is aligned with that right middle arch. Inhale, reaching the fingertips out to the side into Warrior Two. And then turning the left palm up, reach back behind you into Exalted Warrior. That left knee wants to get straight. Can you keep that left knee bent? Lift that left hip up towards the sky. Reach up back behind you. Inhale. Make sure that left knee is aligned with the left middle toe. And exhale, bringing your elbow to your knee. And then you can begin to reach the right fingertip up. Can you rotate the lower rib cage up towards the sky? Notice what's happening with that top shoulder. If the top shoulder is creeping up to the ear, soften the shoulder down the back. And same thing with the bottom shoulder. Sometimes that bottom shoulder wants to come forward. Can you take this bottom shoulder back? Rotate that shoulder back. Inhale, keep that back leg nice and energized. Exhale. With your inhalation, you're going to come all the way up, keeping the left knee bent. Exhaling back into Warrior Two. And then slowly step your feet up towards each other. So we're going to do that one more time, except we're adding onto it. Make sure you have your block right next to you. So take your legs wide apart from each other. Turn your right toes forward and turn your left toes to 45-degree angle. You're giving yourself enough width between your legs where that bending the right knee, it's not going to go not going to go over the right middle toes, right? So you should be able to see your right middle toe with your right knee bent. Right knee is a 90-degree if that's possible for you. Make sure that the right heel is aligned with that back arch. That left leg is nice and energized. Press strongly through the outside edge of your back foot, the left foot. Inhale, reach the arms up into your warrior two. Exhale, turn the right palm up, and then inhale, reach back behind your exalted warrior. As you do that, can you bring the the right hip up as you bend deeper into that right knee. Inhale, keeping the right knee aligned with that right middle toe, softening the shoulders away. Exhale, begin to bring that right elbow to the top of your right knee. Now grab your block, and your block can come right behind your right foot. So your forearm can either stay on top of your right thigh, or you can bring your fingertips on top of your block. With your left hand, I'd like you to take your left hand to your belly and guide the lower rib cage, your right rib cage, up towards the sky. Then as you inhale, reach the left arm all the way up, and exhale, reach above your head. This is called extended side angle pose, or Parsvokhanasana. So the aim of this goal is for this right hip to spiral under your body as the right rib cage is spiraling up towards the sky. That back leg is nice and energized. You feel one nice long energy, strong energy from the outside edge of your left foot, through the left ankles, through the hips, through the armpit, towards your fingertips, and reach up. Inhale. Your gaze can be either down. If you look down, make sure your knees align with your middle toe, or it can be up towards your fingertips. Inhale, whatever is best for your neck. Exhale, and with your inhalation, keep the right knee bent and come all the way up. Exhaling, warrior two. Beautiful. We're going to do the other side. So take your block with you. Turn your right toes in, your left toes out. Put the block right behind that left foot. Good. And come on up. We're going to start in warrior two first. As you come into your warrior two, take a look down. Your knees align with the middle toe. Your legs should be at least 1 full length of one leg. And then reach your arms out to the side. Inhale. Turn your left palm up. Exhale. Reach back behind you into exalted warrior. As you lift the left hip up, can you bend the left knee a little bit deeper? Energize both legs. Exhale, bring in the left elbow on top of your left thigh. Now feel that energy from the outside edge of that right foot through the ankle, through the hip, and all the way up towards your fingertips. Take your right hand to your belly and rotate the left rib cage up towards the sky. As you do that, notice what's happening with that left shoulder. The left shoulder wants to come in. Can you rotate the left shoulder back? Can you spiral the left hip underneath you as the left rib cage lifts up towards the sky? And then reach the fingertips up. What's happening with that right shoulder? Is it coming up to your ears? Can you soften the right shoulder down as you strengthen that entire right arm? Inhale. Stay here and practice this. This is a great place to practice this. Or you can begin to bring your left fingertips to the top of your block behind your left foot. Inhaling, exhaling. Take a look down. Make sure your left knee is aligned with your left middle toe. One more inhalation, one more exhalation. With your next inhalation, you're going to come all the way up and exhale into warrior two. That was extended side angle pose, or Parsvokhanasana. Bring your legs together, stand in your Tadasana for a moment. Close your eyes. We're going to do one more side stretch. Please go ahead and lie down on your back. And as you lie down on your back, please bring your ankles together. So your toes, your feet are flexed, your toes are pointing up towards the sky. And then with your arms right next to you, begin to walk your feet over to the left. As you walk your feet over to the left, that right hip wants to roll up. Can you bring the right hip down on the ground? And if you can keep that right hip down on the ground, then you can begin to take your torso over to the left too. So this is called banana asana. It's like you're forming a banana or a side stretch. Your right arm can reach above your head, and if you like to, you can grab your right wrist and stretch that entire right side. For this particular pose, you don't even have to go that far to really feel the stretch. You can feel a nice stretch as gently as you want to. Take a nice deep breath in. Make sure that right shoulder stays down onto the floor. You can pause this video and stay here for as long as you like to. It's a really, really wonderful stretch for that entire side. And then whenever you are ready, you just come out of the pose just like you went in. So you bring your torso back to the center, you walk your feet back to the center, pause in the center for one breath. Just notice the difference on the sides. And then slowly begin to take your legs over to the right. And maybe you like to take your torso over to the right as well. Maybe your right hand can grab your left wrist and feel the stretch on that left side. Notice that the left shoulder is staying on the floor and the left hip stays on the floor to really create a true side stretch. And then breathe into your lungs, breathe into that side stretch. Feel as if you can actually lift open one rib from the one below it. Inhale. And exhale again. I love to stay in this pose for a few moments. So if you like to, you can pause the video and then continue on with the rest of us. As you're ready, coming back to the center, release and stretch out in the center for one breath. Putting your feet flat on the floor. Draw your knees to your chest. Rock a little bit side to side. And then we're going to come into our final pose, Shavasana. So let your legs stretch out on the floor. Let the palms be open. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Let the back of your head rest comfortably on the floor and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, let your breath be completely natural. You no longer need to shape your breath. Notice if your chin is jutting up towards the sky. Lift the head up just slightly so that the back of the neck can be long. And feel yourself completely supported by the earth beneath you. And always taking this last few moments to really just rest. This is the best time for your body to integrate what happened, to integrate all the poses. So make sure that you take at least 5, 6, 7 minutes of complete rest at the end of each practice. And there's no rush. Whenever you're ready, just gently begin to draw your knees towards your chest. Rock a little bit side to side and notice which nostril you're breathing out of. A little bit easier. Roll over to that side and rest for a moment. And then with this strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat. Bringing your left hand to your heart, your right hand on top of your left. And as you bow your head down to your heart, please lift your heart towards your head and give yourself gratitude and appreciation for creating the time and space to take care of yourself. And I thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.